There we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hot Take. Today, we're in a 1999 BMW Z3 M Roadster. S52 engine, 3.2 liter, 240 horse, 236 torque. Has a bunch of Dinan bits on here. We have Chris Brower with us today.
Hello.
This is the Winding Road magazine man. One of the people.
You may recognize my hands and wrists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also as substitute Topher on the Topher channel.
Exactly. So this is your car, your personal car. You're trying to get rid of it.
Maybe.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Anyway, tell us a little about the car.
So, 99 M Roadster. I've had it for just over a year. It's got about 106,000 miles on it. It's got a Dinan intake, stage 1 tune, and exhaust. It's Estral blue, black interior. Just put a clutch in it. It's got some fresh Bridgestone Potenza Sport tires. But other than that, I mean, it's just an honest 100,000 mile BMW with clear coat failure on the trunk. So
yeah, this poor car.
Someone bought this car new and parked it outside for its entire life.
Yeah, why would you do that to a convertible?
I don't know. It's sad.
That's crazy. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and hop on the road and see how she drives. Slow startup.
Yeah, it's been sitting for a little bit, so battery's probably low.
Fair enough. Like a rookie.
The clutch is weird. It takes a minute.
Ooh, it's good. It's good.
Nice.
There we go. I should have grabbed third there. Well, it's a healthy engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much lighter this car feels. It's really quick.
It is quick, yeah. I have a buddy with a N55 335iX drive.
Yeah.
I was like walking away from him in this car.
Yeah, no, this is very quick. I mean, the E36 M3 doesn't feel slow, but this thing, it just completely wakes up.
Yeah.
So, the common problem that I've heard about these cars is the rear suspension is a different design on this car than it is on the E36, because this is the E30 rear end, and some people say that tends to yaw in turns. If you let off, it's less forgiving and more punishing. Your temp gauge is slightly above the half line. Is that normal?
It's actually at the half line, but with the angle of the seating position in the Z3, it makes it look like it's running hot.
Really?
Yeah, so if I look from over here, it's dead in the middle.
Okay. Like, if I see that in my M3, I'm freaking out, man.
No, it's fine. That's just how it sits.
Yeah. You feel a lot more in this car than you do in the M3. Oh, man, I gotta use those downshifts again. The freaking dual mass flywheel, man. There we go.
That was perfect.
The clutch grabs really well.
Yeah, it's fresh. My friends at Cowthan Mayer down in Peoria, Illinois, they got it sorted for me. So
That's good.
that's actually who I bought it from too. My buddy Sean called me one day and he was like, "I have this blue Z3. Do you want it?" I was like, "Well, it depends." He's like, "It has the M package." I'm like, M package? What does that mean?
Ooh, I like M.
He sends me pictures and it's an M Roadster. I'm like, yes, I would like to have that. So that's how I ended up getting the car.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
So just a client of his that was ready to get rid of it. Fell into my hands.
I don't know why the gas pedal feels so touchy in this car. I feel like in the normal E36 it's a little less so,
Yeah.
but not totally sure. I do like in this, you get a lot more induction noise down low. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna test that to just all the less insulation you have in this car compared to the M3. Because I mean, the M3 is more sedan-like.
Right.
It's more of like a car. The Dinan exhaust is also really boomy it too.
Yeah.
There's like no drone up at like 2500, but
Yeah.
you go down, like right there. That's an S52 thing, because mine is the same way, but I'm surprised the drone in this is just as bad as my Rogue Engineering muffler, which is a lot bigger, a lot louder.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the fact that all the Dinan stuff was dealer, it was all dealer add-ons. You just had it put on when you were at the dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
It kind of had to be kind of civilian. So the exhaust, while it sounds good, like you said, it isn't super drony unless you're kind of 1000 RPM. But I mean, when you open the hood, there's just like the big, like physical Dinan Stage 1, like
the
software,
sticker,
like in like under the hood, which is cool. And then it's like a carbon fiber Dinan intake. So
yeah, I have the same one on mine. It sounds glorious.
Right at the light.
All right. Ooh, man, I'm missing the downshift by like, oh, there's the seat moving. I'm missing the downshift by like a 100 or 200 RPM.
It's okay. Did we talk about the seat bushings while you were recording? I don't know.
No, we didn't.
Common problem with the Z3s, and this goes as far as the M Roadster as well. The seat bushings wear out, and leave it to BMW to have seat bushings that dry rot and wear out to the point where you can, I mean, my side does it too. But I like to call it an active seating position.
Active seating position,
you never know exactly where the seat's going to be when you're coming into a corner. You just makes you a better driver.
So you gotta hope and pray.
Anticipate.
Yeah, I was coming for the downshift 4.3, see slids forward. Just give me closer to the pedals so that I could access them easier. Shifter feels good.
Take this.
On the right?
Yep.
Blocked by the SUV.
I was gonna say always. At least we had a good entrance ramp earlier.
Yeah. I found the happy spot in the power band for these cars is really, it's around like $4 to $5 grand. It starts to build at like 3,500 and then it just starts to climb and climb. And then kind of around 6 it starts to die off. So when we took that on ramp earlier, I kind of felt bad having it just hang out at like 6. Because that's the top of the power band pretty much. This is the Dinan tune, so we'll rev out to 7. Oh, there we go. Nice throaty induction sound from the Dinan intake. Alignment's a little off, but it feels pretty good. The rear end feels so much tighter when, like, to the driver. I don't know, the car just feels so much smaller. Like, you really notice the difference. Man, that 52 really screams when you get up there.
I love the sound this car makes.
Of course, the wind noise drowns you out a lot.
A little bit.
That is one thing I do prefer about. Oh, there's the seat again. Every time you get on the brakes, if the seat rolls up, you just have to expect it. Yeah. Hop over. Yeah, it's great. Love it. So I think, and I've been looking at prices of these cars. I mean, how much are you asking for this thing again? Like 13 or 14?
13.5.
Yeah. The prices on these are so much better than E36 M3s.
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An E36 M3 in comparable shape to this, an Astro Blue, whatever, would be like easily 50% more.
Yeah. 20 grand.
Yeah, it would be 20 grand. And like, I don't get it because this is like just as much car. I mean, you can say all you want about the E30 rear end. This is never going to affect you when you're not on the track. Ever. Like, it's just a great driving car.
Makes all the right noises.
There we go.
It's funny to think that this weighs like similarly to a Miata, but it has like 3 times the power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does pull. Very potent power band. The S52. I don't think this is as fast as an E36 M3. Well, it might be. I don't know if you're pulling away from 335.
Yeah. Yeah.
the wind noise in this car's worse than the S2000.
You think so?
Um,
I would say it's pretty comparable.
maybe comparable is the word. I'm sure it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. This is the first time I've been in this car on the highway with the top up. I have the top down constantly, so.
Yeah, that is the one problem. See, the car, keep going straight?
Yep.
Okay. The car encourages you to go super fast. Well, I guess when you're filming, it's different. If you're just kind of cruising along, who cares about wind noise? Encourages you to go fast, and the faster you go, the more wind noise you hear, and the drivetrain's like, go, 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 and then this is like,
This is like actually slower.
like, actually, let's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel the brakes compared to the M3. I think they're probably the same. Do you have any aftermarket pads on here? Do you know?
I don't know. It's just whatever came on it when I got it.
They feel good.
Yeah. I'd imagine they're OEM because the shop that was maintaining this car generally just does OEM maintenance.
Okay.
So unless the guy specifically asked to have them upgraded, I doubt it. I'm sure I have the receipt. I have the full service
Yeah.
history, so I probably have
We saw that in the description too. Maybe they did stainless steel brake lines because the pedal feels much better than on the E36.
I'll take a look through the records and I'll let you know.
Yeah, which is interesting. Usually they're like, they have a little bit of mush and then they give you the brake when you get into it. This is a really good initial bite. It's very nice. That could also be a Z3 thing. And the efforts to make it sportier. I don't know, but it feels good.
Yeah. Pulls hard.
Very hard. Now I'm bracing myself for the seat.
I have the bushings. They're very cheap parts. They're like $10, but you have to take both seats out, flip them over, take the seat tracks completely apart, like disassemble.
Oh, you should have them do it when they did the seat bottom.
Yeah, I know. I should have, but that was like the week after I bought the car because I couldn't stand that the driver's seat was short.
Oh, okay.
It drove me nuts. So I just had him like come get the seat.
You weren't thinking about it at the time.
I wasn't thinking about it yet.
Yeah. There we go. Now I'm getting the downshifts. The engagements of everything are so much harsher on this car. Like, it just feels less rubbery than on the E36, which is really interesting.
I agree with that. I feel like it feels less rubbery in general than other BMWs.
It does. It feels very connected.
Yeah.
Not quite as connected as the S2000, but it's good.
Yeah.
So we've now finished our test drive of the 1999 Z3 M Roadster. Or I guess M Roadster. Not Z3 M Roadster. Overall, it was a very connected experience. I was pretty surprised how much tighter it is compared to a stock E36 M3. Mine kind of feels more similar to this, but in stock form, they're really mushy, really rubbery. There's not a lot of NVH, but this, you feel like you're in it. It's closer to like a Miata or an S2000 for the BMW world, which is it's really cool because I didn't know they made anything like this. I knew this car existed, but I assumed it would just be the same, but lighter. But actually, the feel is very different. The Dinan bits certainly add to the experience, hearing more of the noise. I'm sure without the Dinan bits, you probably wouldn't even hear the engine over the wind noise on the highway, honestly.
Probably not.
But yeah, overall, it was a fun car. I'm happy I got to drive it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me take her out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you end up selling it, somebody enjoys it and you get good money for it.
Definitely.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about this car?
I would just say that it's the biggest bargain in the M car world right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Solid experience. With that, let's go ahead and give it a score. Utility. The M Roadster rides okay, but being a Roadster, it has some usability issues. Lack of back seats, lots of wind noise at higher speeds, and a 90s BMW fashion, a couple creaks and rattles. It gets 2.5 out of 10. Features. Not a lot, but more than you might expect from a bare-bones 90s sports car. Good radio with a cassette player and an optional CD changer. The gauges in the center look cool, and you even get an oil temp gauge, which no USDM E36 M3 ever got. Ignoring the overuse of cheap plastic on the dash and door cards, the materials are nice. Leather in a lot of places, and some carbon fiber from the Dinan package. It gets 3.5 out of 10. MPG. The EPA rates this car at 18 city and 26 highway with a combined of 21. It gets 5 out of 10. Cool factor. These are rare. Sources vary, but production numbers are estimated to be around only 10,000 for the United States. However, despite the rarity, these are a bit underappreciated in favor of the E36 M3 and some of its other convertible rivals. The values also reflect this, which we'll touch on again later. It gets 5 out of 10. Driver's feedback. The pedal controls are classic BMW. Gas pedal has good weight and feels direct. Brake pedal is firm, closer to an E46 as opposed to traditionally soft stock E36 brake pedal. And the clutch grab's nice. Steering is responsive, and the shifter feels less rubbery than most BMWs from this era, nice and direct. The suspension communicates more like an S2000 than a BMW traditionally. Not quite as sharp or direct, but the driver feels much more a part of the driving experience. It gets a 7.5 out of 10. Acceleration. The 1999 M Roadster does 0 to 60 in just 5.5 seconds. It gets 5 out of 10. Should you buy it? I think this is an interesting question for this car. I normally would not tell anyone to buy an aging European sports car, but the S52 powertrain is known for reliability, and honestly, these are a bargain. 15 grand buys you a really nice one, which is rare in the M car world nowadays. I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 15, putting it here on our list. I think the S2000 is a much more connected experience, but the Z3 M Roadster is considerably more comfortable, and the value proposition is much better given that they perform and serve a very similar purpose. For the most part, the M Roadster has been lost to time and forgotten. I think unrightfully so. I expected a lighter E36 M3. What I got instead was a unique BMW experience that's totally different from any other one and stands on its own. You get the refinement of a German car, but the feedback and playfulness of a traditional, bare-bone two-door roadster. It may not be the poster car of its competition, but when you're in the driver's seat, all you'll really think about is a smile on your face as you approach 7,000 RPM.